All right, you're joining Will's Take on Sports. This is another week and another special podcast of Will's Take on Sports. I am the host, Will Walker. Hey, first, before I get started into this podcast and bring my guest in and my co-host, Derek Wilson, in, I just want to say, hey, I just watched one heck of a women's soccer match. I watched it in its entirety. France did pull out the win in extra time, 2-1, over Brazil. Brazil's an older team. All right, let me get into what I want to talk about. Well, just give you guys something today. I'm going to get this started real good. Okay, on this date, on June 23rd, 1997, the World League of American Football played its last game. It was a game between the Barcelona Dragons and the Ryan Fire. By the way, Barcelona did win that game 38-24. The game's MVP was John Kitna. Now, why would I mention the World League and John Kitna, you ask? Because the Cowboys are dumbasses. Huh? Okay, that's what I'm saying. They are dumbasses. Follow me here on this one. John Kitna was a career backup for most of his NFL career, and after retiring, he became a high school football coach. And he was somewhat successful in Washington, but he then moved on to Dallas, where he was not so successful. He was head coach of the Waxahachie, Texas. It's a suburb south of Dallas, Texas, where his record was 12-8. That high school success led to an opportunity for Kitna to be offensive coordinator of the San Diego Fleet of that JV League, the American Lions of football. I think it's defunct now. But he never coached a game. Never coached a game. Because in January of this year, 2019, he was named quarterbacks coach for Jerry's Cowboys. Yes, Mr. John Kitna is the quarterbacks coach for Jerry's Cowboys. Again, never coached a professional football game. Let's get this podcast started. Let's go. All right, I'm in rare form today. I'm in rare form. I'm ready to get going. As you can see, I'm making fun of the Cowboys as we are getting ready to turn the page to from basketball season to football season. The NBA draft is over. Now it's time to move on to the start of free agency, which will actually start next Sunday. Next Sunday, we will have the start of NBA free agency. But anyway, it's time to turn our attention towards football. I'm joined by Derek Wilson, Mr. Antoine Smitty Smith, and Lou is a new caller who is joining me from New Jersey. All right, before I go any further, let me get you guys' thoughts on the NBA draft. Anything that stood out to you in regard to Zion's draft, because that's who this was all about. Nice suit, by the way. Derek, what you thought about the NBA draft?
It was kind of anticlimactic. The only thing that I will say is I like the draft that Atlanta had. I do. I like the draft that they had. I think that team is being built the way that they built Golden State. They're building that team around Trae Young. They're giving him shooters, and they're giving him length, and they're giving him guys that can play defense. So, to me, they had a really good draft. I thought New Orleans actually did really well because Griffin got back a starting five for Anthony Davis and a couple of extra picks. So, I mean, aside from that, I think everything else pretty much went in scripted. I was glad to see Golden State grab at least a halfway decent shooting guard. We're going to see what Poole do. But aside from that, I thought Atlanta had the best draft to me, personally.
That was right in Antoine's wheelhouse because he's a Atlanta Hawks fan, if I'm correct. So, Mr. Smith.
No doubt about it.
What is your take
I agree
on the NBA draft?
I agree with everything that Derek said. I love the fact that they got the two best wingmen in the draft. That was something that they definitely needed. And also, they picked up, a little bit momentum on defense. They struggled a little bit on defense last year, so defense was the key to what they wanted to do in this draft. Hunter was the best defensive player in the draft, best defensive player in college basketball, so Hunter was a no-brainer. Now, Cam Reddish, on the other hand, we'll see how he developed, but some had him in the top 5, including me, and he fell all the way to 10. So we hope that pan out, to be, one of Atlanta's next superstars. But the young core on the Hawks, add one superstar to the group, could be finals ready in 2 to 3 years.
Finals ready. Lou, he said the Hawks will be finals ready. What do you think?
In our lifetime, probably not. That might be a long wait.
Oh, that's cold.
I know.
That's cold. That's cold.
Yeah. I don't
Well,
think
listen,
you'll see Atlanta in the finals for at least. How long did you say it was going to take?
I'd say the next 2 to 3 years.
2 to 3 years. Trying like about 4 times as much as I think about like 10 to 15 years I'll take before they get even close to getting to playoff contention. Atlanta is a train wreck.
Well, Lou, I don't think it is. I think they are finally, somebody is in the front office that finally get it. They're not swinging for the fence every time. They're taking a lot of nice singles that's gonna help them out. Trae Young is a stud. You know what I mean? He might be small, but Trae Young is a stud, and with the range that he has, if they can put other people around him that can keep them from clogging the lane, I like what they got with John Collins. And he didn't say the team that they have currently is finals ready. He said if they add one superstar to that team, but really if you look at it, he's actually not that far off from being correct. It just depends on how Hunter and Cam develop. I think Cam got the short end of the stick at Duke. He was like Chris Bosh at Duke. You know what I mean? You just take whatever shots that JR and Zion don't want. So he, you know what I mean? Like I never really saw a game where he got shots early and let him get into a rhythm. So I thought he started to mope a little bit as the season went on because he just wasn't getting his fair share of the shots based on where he came out of college thinking that he was going to get. But I actually think him and JR are going to be better pros than Zion. I do. I think that Zion is athletic dependent too much. And I think their games are going to be more skill-based. And everybody knows that skill lasts a lot longer than athletic ability do most of the time.
Right, and
so
I don't know if y'all seen it.
But I don't think he's wrong as far as playoffs.
Right. I don't know if y'all seen it during college basketball season, but when Zion was out with that ankle injury, Cam Reddish actually carried that team, not R.J. Barrett. And see, if you pay attention to what he can do during that little short stretch, you'll see the potential is there.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the injury kind of, I think worried me about who was going, where he was going to go for the NBA draft. If the Knicks would have got him, I think we would have been a lot more trouble. So I'm glad we didn't get him because the last thing the Knicks need is another injury-type prone player, and that I did not want to see again. Because when Porzingis went down, so did the rest of the team.
Yeah,
Are you referring to Zion? You can referring to Zion or Cam Reddish?
I'm returning to Zion.
I think you're talking about Zion.
Oh my!
I'll give Reddish credit. I mean, he was great with Duke. So, Reddish was not a bad player. I mean, but Zion and RJ took most of the credit, and Cam was like being backup. But you gotta give him credit. I mean, he was a great player for Duke this year, though.
All right, let's get another opinion in here as Mr. Zach Flournoy is in his staggeringly late self. He is here now. All right, Zach, we talked about the NBA draft. As you can hear, the different opinions based upon Mr. Zion Williamson and R.J. Barrett and Cam Reddish, the Duke 3. What is your take from the NBA draft, or do you want to comment on those 3 guys?
Man. Hey, well, you know what? My thing now. Here's my comment. I guess not as them as a player. That doggone Zion. Now he catching it when you number one, and when you messing with people you should mess with, because he being sued for $100 million, right? For breaking some sort of contract that he said. But he said no, he broke the contract because they tried to get him first. But somehow, so when you're on top, they trying to bring you down, or the wolves are coming at him. That's the thing I want to comment on. They trying to get him already because he's being sued for $100 million.
Well, who's doing this? Who's suing him?
True.
Who's suing him?
Some company. So as a matter of fact, the same company that this endorsement company that he signed while he was at Duke. That's the thing. That's the
I remember that.
You're not supposed to.
I remember that.
Yeah, you're not supposed to sign any contracts while you're in college. But he signed it while at Duke, and so now. And as a matter of fact, they originally tried to come at him and blackmail, like, look, so you're going to break our contract? We're going to get you. Because you signed this while at Duke, him and his parents. And they supposedly gave his parents a lot of money.
I remember
and so did Duke.
The shoe resale company or something like that.
Yes.
Some
I
sort
think
of
it was the shoe
some sort
resale
of company
company or something
they,
like that.
well, yeah, they now want to be his, like, it's almost like his brand. You almost like an agent, but it's not his agent per se. Like, they want to part of his brand. They're gonna help him get endorsements, all kind of stuff. With some company that he
That's
signed,
what an agent does.
now they coming at him.
That's what an agent does.
Right,
Just
but
for the
they
state.
say it's not an agent.
Agent.
Either way it goes,
Mhm.
they sold him for $100 million. And he just
Well,
Friday
we know
he
that
found
ain't gonna
him
happen because he ain't got $100 million.
Not yet.
Yeah, but see, that's the
Not
thing.
yet.
Something you ain't
Not
got.
yet. But here's the thing. No, but say he win. Just hypothetically, if he was to win, that company was to win. So any future money he get, they get first dibs. You know that. So that's the thing.
Yeah,
any future
that's
money he get, they get first dibs. If they happen to win that lawsuit.
Yeah, that
Well,
was real sweet. Yeah.
That's real crazy. But let me ask you guys this.
Yeah.
You guys know, the guys who everyone who listens to this show on a regular knows how I feel about the NBA draft or the draft process period. I think these guys should have the free choice to go to whatever team they want to. So I'm not going to sit here and give you my thoughts about any prospects or Tyler Hero being drafted by the Heat, because I am a Miami Heat fan. Don't know nothing about Tyler Hero. I don't know nothing about him. I can't even pronounce his name.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. Let's just say this. Let me ask you guys this: if the top prospects had their choice to go to any pro team they want, would the TV coverage top college football signing day? That's the question I want to ask you guys. Smitty, would it top college football signing day if it was just where these guys got to go wherever they want to, and it was televised, and they were just able to make their own choices and not be drafted? Would it top college football? What is your thoughts?
I think it would, because it's like playing pickup basketball. You have your choice of who you want to play with, and if somebody you've been playing with, since childhood, you're gonna find your way to do it. And from what I heard, the Pelicans tried to move up, put R.J. Barrett was on, but didn't work out. So I definitely think it would be must-see TV.
Hey, Lou, what could the Pelicans do to the Knicks to make that happen?
What is that?
I don't know. Lou.
Okay.
Do I still got Lou? I must have lost him.
Okay.
So
No, I'm here.
Could,
I had to fix something. I'm still here.
Okay. Let me ask you this question. He just mentioned that the Pelicans were trying to match R.J. Barrett with Zion Williamson. What kind of package could the Pelicans come up with to give the Knicks, in your opinion, that would have made that work?
Really, well, I didn't think the Pelicans. Actually, the Knicks were trying to. We're thinking maybe moving down because they were trying to get a deal with Atlanta, but they refused that. So that was the big question there. And they were also trying to go after the guard from Vanderbilt, Darius Garland.
Right.
So that was
Garland,
also our main concern of who we were going to get. Was it going to come down to Barrett or Garland?
Wow.
And I didn't really see the Knicks making any move with the Pelicans at all, because
What do you think about R.J. Barrett?
We weren't going to get Davis anyway.
Let me ask you this. What do you think about R.J. Barrett? What is your thoughts on R.J. Barrett?
Barrett's a decent player. I mean, he really helped Duke, when Zion went down and kept them going. So he's, I know he may be only number 2 compared to Zion, but a very talented player, and I think he can help the Knicks on offense this season. And brother, we need it.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
In case you can't tell, I'm a Knicks
Jr.
fan from across the river.
Yeah, I know. But you got Kevin Knox and Derek Smith Jr. Okay, that's me taking a shot at you. All right,
Hey, funny enough, funny enough, at the bottom of the screen at ESPN, it lists what each team needs, say a point guard. It's funny that they said Knicks, everything. They didn't not one specific one thing. They
cold.
actually said everything. They were cold.
Everything?
They said
Now
everything.
wait, this is coming from us, not Stephen A. Smith, right?
No,
Right.
it was coming from ESPN,
Yeah,
not
look.
Stephen A. Smith. No, not
Well,
that dummy.
it's the four. He is the 4-letter network, Lou. That's who. That's
true.
Him and Woj
That's
and
true.
him and Woj and Windhurst. Everything they say NBA wise, everybody takes as gospel, even over former players like Jalen Rose and Chauncey Billups. So everything Stephen A. says is gospel. on the 4-letter. Derek, let's say
right.
RJ. Hey, let's say RJ Barrett turns out to be a decent pro. He was rated the number 1 high school recruit coming out last year. It wasn't Zion. It was RJ Barrett. Now add KD and Kyrie.
Okay.
Now what you got with the Knicks, Derek?
You know,
well, this is the thing. I don't think you necessarily have to have both of those guys. Really, to tell you the truth, I don't think everybody actually got to see what the Knicks were made of last year. Like, they really didn't, because Smith got hurt as soon as he got there. You know what I mean? Moutier was decent, but DeAndre Jordan hadn't had, like, none of the big pieces that they actually did get, even in the trade, you really got to see. And to me, R.J. Barrett, I like R.J. Barrett. He's like a left-handed Paul Pierce with maybe a tad more athleticism coming out of college. So it's really kind of wait and see. You really don't know what you got Dennis Smith Jr. because even when he was in Dallas, as soon as they got Duncan, they put him on the end of the bench. So you don't know. Like, you got Moutier and you got Smith. You got 2 real athletic guards in the backcourt. Front court, Knox is decent. You add Barrett in there and get some shooting with DeAndre Jordan. You know what I mean? It's kind of a wait and see. Now, everybody knows KD is a year away. I don't care where he signed. Kyrie, if you throw Kyrie in there with all them young guards, I don't see that being a good thing because Kyrie hasn't proven that he can lead a young team. He's too emotional. And he hasn't learned the art of motivating people without turning them away. Like, that Boston team looked like they hated to play with Kyrie last year. They looked like they were so sad and so happy when he wasn't playing. So if I'm the Knicks and I'm dead set on having this young core, I don't bring in Kyrie. I bring somebody else in to be the leader on that team. Now, if you got KD, you got a healthy KD that can be the 1 and Kyrie can be the 1B, then yeah. But if there's no KD, I don't bring Kyrie in. Kyrie going to ruin that team. I'm sorry.
But, D, let me ask you
in 1 year?
And I heard...
In 1 year?
Well, see, it's not necessarily the 1 year. It's the effect he seems to have on his teammates. You got to remember, the reason why he left Cleveland was because him and LeBron butted heads. Now, we know who LeBron is, and LeBron has a tendency to point fingers. But LeBron also has a way of getting people to rise to the occasion. You never saw Kyrie got anybody on his team to rise to the occasion. If anything else, he turns people off because he has this thing about him, just from what I've seen. I don't know him personally, but from what I've seen, it's almost like I'm better than you, and I'm going to let you know it every chance I get instead of saying, come on, man, listen, we can do this. You watch the way that team responded when Terry Rozier was running the team. It was a completely different atmosphere. Marcus Smart, guys that they knew were going to go to the wall for them, it was a whole different team when he don't play. I'm sorry. It is what it is. It ain't personal. I like Kyrie. It's just an eye test. The eye test don't lie. You put him for 1 year with really no other help aside from RJ, do you really want that to be RJ's introduction to the NBA? When you might have a star on your hand, I'm just saying, you might have one. You don't know.
Yeah, but
nobody thought
Donovan
Mitchell was going to turn out to be Donovan Mitchell.
That's true.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
But, no, I was going to say, I heard 2 analysts say this. The best thing to do if you're going to bring this KD is to have him sit out. Because they say KD there is going to hurt RJ's development. Because, he wants the ball. And I can't get the ball because KD's going to have the ball. Many people believe KD would hurt by him being hurt and not being able to play for 1 year. That's the best thing could have happened to RJ Barrett if he goes there, if KD found the Knicks. Because it would hurt his development. Now, I wish I could contact you. Now, what you're saying, somebody else said that. You want to actually introduce this guy to him, a Kyrie who's so volatile, where his teammates hate him, because they hated him. They said that the team hated him. They hate him. Okay, and it's you can hate somebody, and still want to play for them, and play with them. Because we winning or we doing big things, but when you don't even want, you just, I hate you and I don't even want to play with you, and I can care less about winning as long as you're not around. That's bad.
I'm glad you brought that up. I'm gonna move away from L.A. and go to the Southwest. Smitty, Houston, Chris Paul and the Beard seem to be having issues. They're having a lover spat for some crazy reason, and apparently it's because the Beard doesn't want to pass. What is your take on the Houston Rockets and what can they do? And please don't tell me they can trade Chris Paul because nobody's taking that contract.
No,
give me something
nobody.
else.
Nobody.
No, ain't nobody gonna take that contract. I don't care if they want to pay half of it. 34 years old, you owe him $140 million. Not gonna happen. But what they need to do, they need to act like the veteran they are, learn how to lead the team, learn how to work together, because they're one player away from probably reaching the finals. But if they can't get it together, guess what? You get rid of the head coach since he can't hold it together.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you fix it. Only way you can fix it.
Head coaches
I
always
would agree with him.
Head coaches always a scapegoat.
I disagree.
Grown men can't get along, and we're going to blame the coach. Go ahead.
No, but think about it, though.
Grown men
Think about it.
making millions. That's what I understand. Grown men making freaking millions.
Exactly.
Well, listen, but I agree with Antoine to a certain extent because you do. I agree with actually all of y'all. You have to hold the players responsible. But the one thing you got to remember is every great team usually has a dude that can rein everybody in. D'Antoni has never shown he can just rein strong personalities in. You know what I mean? The Phoenix team that he had Steve Nash and Boris Diaw. Boris Diaw didn't get a lot of credit, but he was the dude that everybody listened to when anything went wrong.
Right.
That Houston team has who that they're going to listen to? P.J. Tucker? Like, there's nobody on that team that the coach can look at and say he's going to hold anybody responsible. When you had Phil was able to get Mike to play team ball. That's all I'm saying. So you got to have a guy, because Chris Paul, I don't like Chris Paul as a basketball player. I really don't. But Chris Paul has probably the best point out of all of them. We are not going to win with the ball in your hand 85% of the time. Because step back three, stop dropping when your legs get tired. I'm sorry. And 7-game series tend to wear people out.
Yeah.
Move the ball, make it easier on yourself. The team that they got is a championship team as constructed right now, but they're not going to win the way that they play. Because the West is steadily getting stronger. And as much as I hate to admit it, if LA just get some decent role players, they're going to smash people next year. So if they want to win and they don't want to go to 4 or 5 or 6 seed, they better figure it out quick or find somebody who can.
You just said
I hope
somebody
you talking about the Clippers.
You know what you said. You know what you said.
I hope you talking about the Clippers.
The Lakers. You mentioned the Lakers in the former six. You know how I feel about that, dude.
Listen, I hate to say it, but a healthy AD and a healthy LeBron with shooters is going to be a nightmare for real.
Please let Kawhi go to the
The key word in that is healthy. The key word in that is healthy.
And please let Kawhi. Please
That's the key word.
Kawhi go to the Clippers because I truly believe.
I think Kawhi gonna run it back. I think Kawhi gonna run it back just once.
He could. I mean, nobody knows.
I think he's gonna run it
back.
I think he's gonna run it back one time. That's like when you go and you win the championship at the Rick, and another team cut. But you got to run it back one time. You got to. You can't not run it back. It's the nature of basketball players to not run it back at least once. I don't care who it is.
Kawhi.
This ball.
Yeah, I know, but he just does his own thing, man. We don't know what that dude gonna do. He does his own. Right. He does truly his own thing.
Hey, and he was spotted at Home Depot buying moving boxes.
Oh God, I was.
He was spotted at Home Depot moving. Okay. Huh?
Oh gosh. Man, he's giving home all his San Antonio stuff. That's all.
That's what it was. No, what he was doing, he was moving her out. He was getting her out. He was saying, "You can go back home. I'm not leaving Canada."
That's
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. All right. That's basketball is done. We'll see what happens next week, and we'll comment more. All right, guys, let's get ready and get it up for the college.
Will.
Yeah.
I got to ask, where's Mike? Because I want to ask Mike how you feel about Boston signing Taco. But hey, you said basketball is done.
Mike was so visibly upset about that. He's sick now. That the fact that Boston signed Taco, so he's ill. So that's why Mike is not joining us today. Well, let's turn to college football, guys. And this is a question that's been on my mind. It's hard to preview college football. It really is because it's two teams. It's two teams. It's Alabama and Clemson. So my question to you gentlemen is, will there be 4 new schools in the playoff this year? Because since the college football playoff has had its inaugural season since 2014, let me drop this on you. There have been 20 college football games played. Well, no, my bad. There have been 25 college football games played. And Alabama and Clemson, Ohio State, and Oklahoma have played in 19 of them. Think about that. I mean, you're talking about parity. There's no parity in college football. They played in 19 of the 25 games. And Alabama's made the playoffs every single year. So my thing is, it's getting boring. It's getting predictable. The same thing that people put on the Warriors. Oh, the dynasty it's predictable. It's boring. We don't need to watch it because we know what's going to happen. Same thing people put on the Patriots. Oh, we know what's going to happen. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick's going to win. College football's in the same problem. And I don't care if it's 2 teams sharing the spotlight, but, I mean, either one of those 2 teams have won a national title since this bowl plus one thing has come about. So I'm asking you guys, is there a possibility we get 4 new teams this year? I'm going to start with you, Lou. What do you think?
Well, I still think that Bama is still a powerhouse, so I don't think you're going to see 4 new teams. Bama's going to, and they're favored big to win their home opener. I think Clemson's still going to be strong. So maybe you'll see maybe 2 teams to come in that's new, but 4, no, I don't think so.
Hey,
no,
you hear that?
Yeah, that's me saying that's why Bama's a powerhouse. Money. That's my response to that.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
okay.
cool.
Like, wait.
No, that's my response to why Bama's a powerhouse, because they got the best team money can buy, and so does Clemson. But no, I agree with you, Lou. I mean, I agree with you, man. It's tough to see it, but I really hope that we get that. So, I mean, aren't you guys tired of seeing Alabama and Clemson?
To be honest,
what? You got to beat them.
To be honest, yeah, exactly. That's what I was just about to say.
Sorry, you got to beat them.
Right.
Now, I actually don't think Alabama is gonna make it this year.
Uh-oh.
I know that seems real far-fetched, but I actually think it's one team in the SEC that can beat them.
Who, Georgia?
That's Florida. As much as I hate to say that, I think Florida. I do. I think Florida, if they meet Florida in the SEC, I have seen Florida's quarterback. Florida's quarterback is not my issue.
Okay.
I think Florida's defense I think they have enough defensive backs who can get in your face to throw off timing. Everybody found out how to beat Tua. We pressure him up the middle. You do the same thing to him that you do to Brady. And y'all know Brady is my guy. But if you make him hold the football,
here's your problem.
Defense.
Does Florida have to? Okay, one team did that against them. Okay, but they had those type of athletes to do it. So you're saying Florida have the same athletes? Okay.
I think the Florida secondary can hold up long enough to make him hold the ball. Now I do think I know Georgia can beat them. It's always the question of will they beat them.
Not if he running a fake field goal from the middle of the field late in the ball game.
Right.
They
won.
Two
years in a row he did one dumb play. Georgia's coach, he called one stupid decision. 2 stupid decisions twice. And I'm like, what the? Is he being paid to lose? Because no freaking way.
No,
well, let's get Smitty.
He's gambling. He's gambling when he don't have to.
Let me get Smitty in on this there, because he's a Bulldog fan. So, Smitty, Kirby Smart should be Kirby dumb for his late game decisions in big games. I'm just asking.
I would just say he didn't learn to adjust. And, working with Nick Saban, that's something he should have learned. When you learn under somebody like that, you should know they know your counter in every move. So if you don't come up with a new game plan that he's never seen, and same thing is going to happen. He's going to adjust and counter just like Belichick does every time the Patriots make the Super Bowl. Second half, he finds a way to adjust.
Smitty, I heard someone say Belichick told Smart, I taught you everything you know. I didn't teach you everything I know. So
that's cool.
well, that's what I heard someone say.
Listen, but he hasn't. Like Georgia's at the point right now where they can match Alabama athlete for athlete.
True,
He just has to
true.
trust his athletes. They lost the championship game because he didn't trust his pass rushers. You have been getting to that guy all half. You ran a single high safety with a 4 wide and a straight go. That lost you the game right there. When Jalen Hurts had to come in, I don't know why. Everybody that knows football knows Jalen Hurts like to roll to his right. But you ran an understunt from his right side. Why? So that's what I'm saying. I think all he had to do, he'd be probably at least a one-time national champion right now if he just trusts what he built. Just trust what you built. Saban run a lot of crazy stuff on the back end, but up front, they work.
And D, now think about them promises he made to Justin Fields. That's why he put that kid in that game. He had no business playing in that ball game at all. He didn't need Fields in that game.
At all. He should have been standing over there next to him the whole game.
And get ready to transfer like he had threatened to do in December or for the longest time. He should have just been ready. Just go ahead and go.
I think it might be one passer to the party this year that didn't make it last year. If everybody stay the same,
please don't say the Buckeyes. Oh, no, Devin's gone.
I think it's gonna be Michigan.
Devin's gone.
Yeah.
Devin's gone, and that other linebacker's gone. So are they retooling or is it just their time?
Who you referring to, Michigan?
I think their offense is gonna be better. I think the offense is gonna be enough this time. Yeah.
No.
I got to see what Justin Fields look like. Like having a bunch of potential and actually doing it is two different things. Like everybody talk about how good he is, but I ain't seen it yet.
You're not gonna worry. Don't worry about seeing it this year either. Don't worry about seeing it this year either because there's nothing in the Big Ten but Michigan that can run with their athletes.
Right.
All he needs is time. If he gets time up at Ohio State, like the kid, like the Haskins kid, he'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
They got they're loaded. They're loaded with athletes at Ohio State. I don't want to see them in there either because they've been there a couple of times. I mean, they've been there twice. They did win the inaugural one. But I don't want to see them. I want to see 4 new teams. All right, I'm gonna throw some teams at you guys, and
I would agree.
I'm gonna give you my thoughts on why. Now I know it's gonna be hard to beat Clemson because the ACC is just deplorable. It is and I'm a Miami fan, by the way, Luke. But the ACC is just hard.
Okay.
I don't really see anybody challenging Clemson in the ACC. But injuries, you never know what happened. We saw what happened to Golden State with injuries. Hey, maybe that I'm not wishing it, but you never know. Injuries are a part of football. All right, I'm gonna give you 4 teams. And I want to hear you guys' thoughts, and maybe if you guys thought about one, Penn State. I think Penn State has a good team. I like what they've done as far as what the recruiting say. They've had these top classes and things like that. So that's one team. The other team, of course, is Georgia. Georgia's only been there one time. I think Georgia has it with the experience at quarterback, and they have the athletes all over the place to be able to contend with Bama, and I agree with D that
Georgia just had to get rid of a receiver, and they had to get rid of a linebacker.
Well, they paid another one. They paid 2 of them.
Hey, but he's a starter. He want to beat up his girlfriend.
Oh, you did?
But anyway, go ahead.
Florida got a guy. Yeah, well, Florida got a guy down there that just got off putting his hands on his girl too, and he's actually a South Florida boy. But anyway. Gonna move on from
I'm sorry about that, Will. I apologize.
No, that's okay. You good. Now, here's another team, and this gonna shock you guys. But I like what they did last year. That's Texas. I think Texas has an opportunity. Getting a year better under Herman. They made a late run last year. They actually improved. They got better as the year go on. Now I'm gonna just go way out on the limb and say this one team, and I know I'm probably gonna get some pushback on this. And it's because they graduated most of their team. But I'm going to go with the Washington Huskies. I think the Huskies can they were supposed to do it last year. I'm serious. They were supposed to do it last year. They made a dumb scheduling call to play Auburn in SEC country in a kickoff game. They should have met them halfway around. They should have met them halfway. You don't do that. So that just totally messed up their season. But I think I'm hoping if we get 4 new teams, those are 4 teams I'm looking at. So, Zach, what you think?
Now, the Washington thing, you know what? I would agree with you. I'm agree with you, but they're simply going to be what's the word I want to use? it's like putting a pit against a poodle. They gonna simply be okay. That's all they are. Lambs to the slaughter. Okay, if they were to make it, they simply lambs to the slaughter. I'm sorry. Okay, they lambs to the slaughter. Because they, from what I understand, what you say is true, and they got the quarterback, and they're built. But one thing, their offense is all that, but they D'Onofrio, no D. Okay, their defense is horrible. So
and that
might
team
put
is young too, man. Like they lost everybody.
Right.
I know.
That's the only thing I would disagree with you. I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you, Will. Yeah. Except for that, they simply lambs to the slaughter. If they do, that's it. I mean, everything sounds good, but they simply lambs to the slaughter.
All right. Mr. Lou, what you think? Let's get Lou's opinion.
That's for me?
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Mr. Lou?
Now, wait, repeat that again. I kind of got lost. The signal broke up a bit.
Oh, no. I'm asking you, I gave you just 4 teams that I thought had an outside chance to get there. Do you have 4 teams, or you think it's just going to be status quo?
I'm hoping Penn State, gets a shot. Notre Dame, because they come so close every year and they just seem to miss it. So I'm hoping for that. I'm thinking maybe Oregon.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go an outside shot. I'm gonna say Georgia.
Yeah, I think Georgia's gonna be a consensus. I think Georgia's gonna be a consensus committee. What is your thought? If there were 4 teams that you say look at outside of Bama and Clemson into the bowl playoff, who would they be?
I have to go with Georgia because, like you said, the athletes. Same with Ohio State, even though, I don't think they'll be as competitive because I don't know how the quarterback situation is going to shake out. But one team in the SEC that always gives teams problems, not Florida Gators, but the Auburn Tigers. They might not have a great team, but they find a way every year. And they always give Bama a hard time. So those would be 3 of my teams. And I would, to go out on the limb, Michigan, only because of Jim Harbaugh. Other than that,
everybody
it would be Ohio State, Michigan, battling out for the Big Ten. Whoever wins the Big Ten, that's who goes to the playoffs.
All right, D.
Will,
you gave me Michigan. Go ahead.
No, I'm going to ask you a homer question now. And that's because several guys were in the gym the other day discussing. It was a Florida State fan, Miami, like 2 Florida State fans, 2 Miami fans going at it, right? And even the Florida State fans say this. Let me ask you this. So you got an undefeated, because technically somebody said they think Florida has a team to go with Alabama. Even the Florida State fan was like, Miami, believe it or not, and you don't believe it, but if they beat Florida, technically they should be able to run the table against every other team on their schedule, because it is a pie behind schedule. Okay, after Florida, I have to admit that. You have to admit that. Really, there's no true powerhouse. If they go undefeated and say they're gonna lose to Clemson, but if they give Clemson a game and they were to only lose by 7, you lost to the potential national champion. Okay, why doesn't a Miami team get in, even though they would be lambs to the slaughter also? So what you think about that? Listen to what I said now. The only team should give them a problem. The only team should give Miami a problem on paper is Florida. That's it.
I know that. The answer to that is Miami doesn't travel. If you're saying a one loss Miami, who pretty much ran the table on a cupcake schedule, got away with one and beating the Gators because it's the first game of the year. Anything can happen the first game of the year. Oh. And then you're going to pit them against a team that's coming from a stronger conference, possibly the Big Ten or even the Big 8. Miami loses that. Miami loses that argument every day of the week unless that team has 2 losses. There's no way a one-loss Miami team loses to Clemson, whether it's 1 point, 3 points, or 7 points. They're not in. Miami will have to. Only way Miami is in is if Clemson has 1 loss going into that game and Miami has 1 loss going into that game and Miami wins, or Miami runs the table all the way out to get to the college football playoff. But yeah, Miami has.
I wanted to hear your opinion. Like I said, it's a homer question.
Yeah, but let me ask you this about the Hurricanes. What would make anybody think the Hurricanes are shooing to win any games? They lost to freaking Duke at home last year. They lost to a Virginia team.
No.
We
discussed that. And like everyone said this. They lost with a coach who was running the same place since 1962. Okay.
Oh, okay.
One guy say he could call all the Mark Richt plays. Okay. One guy say they lost it.
Wow.
When you're playing a coach who had 5 plays, he been called since 1962. Okay. Tucker High School could have beaten Miami. Any team from Georgia should have beat Miami. And I'm a Miami fan.
But wait, because I know you're getting ready to go. I know you're getting ready to go. But let me say this to you. Back in, let me see, when did he coach at Florida State? When Rick coached at Florida State, when he was the offensive coordinator at Florida State, he didn't run that many different doggone plays.
Charlie Ward was there.
But he didn't run that many darn plays when he was there. I got that, but he didn't run that many darn plays that day. You know what he had? Exactly. He had superior talent. But D and Zach and Lou and Smitty, what I'm saying to this is, you mean to tell me Miami's not more talented than Virginia and Duke?
Yeah,
but they still out-coached. He was out-coached. I'm not saying that, but they still would. Even a Wisconsin team, I hate to say, a Pitt team the year before, they had nobody. They mollywopped Miami with, because he refused to change. Like perfect example against that LSU game. Look what he came out with. Oh my goodness, he basically two of the same run plays. Now on third down where he's predictable, and they said, and people called it. He's going to run the people were calling the plays before he called the plays. So come on, Will. I'm sorry.
I know how everybody feels about Mark Richt, but let me say this about that LSU game last year. First of all, Miami was overrated going to that game. They shouldn't have been rated the 18th in the country. They shouldn't have been. And they needed. You're supposed to have 5 offensive linemen. They needed 2 extra guys to be able to block LSU in that game because that poor kid was getting creamed in that game. He was getting absolutely creamed, and they couldn't create running lanes. So it didn't matter what he called in that game.
We discussed
it didn't matter.
Miami should have been able to run with them. No, I disagree. Because Greedy Williams, if you watch that game, he is overrated. But every time, if you go back and watch that game, because somebody pulls it up. One of the dudes, his name is Michael Bailey. This dude named Michael Bailey, who's a coach, he pulls it up on YouTube. He said whoever Greedy was guarding that way was owning Greedy. Too bad we didn't have a quarterback to get to him. Greedy Williams is highly overrated. They were just trying to push the LSU machine. Okay, only one person that's the truth on that team, that linebacker. So that's not true. I disagree.
Devin White.
No, but hold on. You just mentioned what the problem was. You had offensive line issues and quarterback issues last year, and you had head coaching issues. Well, you had play calling issues also. So you got 3 bad ingredients. You got three bad things that can make a game go real bad for you real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing, Will. Like someone said, this dude named Michael Bailey, like you say, he said, you know what? If I got a bad offensive line, I know it. There's certain plays I would never call, and there's certain plays that you can negate that.
There you go.
Okay, you can negate that bad offensive line. Now, this is not saying going to be perfect, but there are certain plays you can call, and he didn't call those plays. He called the plays that aided their sorriness.
You want I'm saying, you want a mass protect or do you want to roll a pocket? Which one? So I can debunk both of them too. Which one? You want a mass protect or you want to roll a pocket? Which one? Because Malik couldn't throw still. How the hell he gonna throw running? You know what I'm saying? So and then if you mass protect, you ain't sending but 3 guys out, and if they only rushing 4 and still hitting you upside the head, where you gonna throw the ball? He could, and then when you bring in the other kid, he couldn't read defense. So what's he gonna do? Yeah.
Okay, I have a solution for that. I do. I have one solution for that. How many times have you seen a big Power 5 team play one of these little bitty schools that run the spread, and that little team don't score a bunch of points, but they move all over the place?
Yep.
You know why? Because they get the ball out of their quarterback hands fast. That's the solution to all those bad issues. I understand exactly what you're saying, Will, but if you know you have a quarterback, what you do is you play sideways and then up. When Auburn made it to the championship game with Marshall playing quarterback, they did not have a stunning vertical passing game. What they did was they played side to side a lot, and they caught you with your pants down when you started playing side to side. Remember the long touchdown to the dude that was standing up in the back of the field by himself against Alabama? Yeah. What happened? They played sideways, and Marshall ran sideways, and they forgot, hey, we got to play back here. So if you were Mark Richt, and really, I'm gonna even throw this rock at Florida State. play sideways if you don't have a good offensive line until the defense get out of position. You're going to get your shot,
right,
but you can't line up and smash people if you know you ain't built to smash nobody yet. That takes some work, some weight room work, and some new schemes.
right.
We got to get bigger, fellows. We got to get stronger. Go eat some Wheaties and spray some deer antler spray on yourself like
that's
Alabama
my thing,
do.
D. That's my thing, D. That's a whole issue with all these. That's my issue with all these Miami fans that saying, hey, it's a new coach, new regime. They must think that Cuban coffee actually works and it's going to give them a shot and help the team out. I don't care what they did in spring practice. Exactly. I don't care what they did in spring practice. I don't care what they're doing in some paradise camp. What I'm talking about is
also you taking away. I have to defend our team. You taking away for the fact that last year, and they everyone knows it was two teams. Offense and defense were completely divided. You can't win like that. You'll never win like that.
How big is the left tackle? How big is the left tackle that they penciled in as starter that I've been hearing about? How big is that kid?
No. He's not
20.
He about 200. Hey, he about 240 pounds. What Division I elite program are you gonna beat with a 240-pound left tackle?
But let me ask you this. Teams like when the Boise States and stuff, right? That's true. But you're saying coaching no matter. When certain teams like Boise, the average teams, and they beat these pop power, even years ago, you take Appalachian State that's totally outmanned. They totally outmanned our talent, and you come and win. You just got to, I agree. You got to.
I think you're misunderstanding. I think you're misunderstanding. Okay, I'm not saying coaching doesn't matter. What I'm saying is, if you're more talented than the Durham, Virginia Cavaliers, who got a quarterback who was having serious issues in that ball game, you shouldn't lose to Virginia. You shouldn't lose to Duke. Well, and I know Daniel Jones was the number 7th overall pick, but he was garbage in that game. You know what I'm saying? So I get Mark Richt has his issues. And it was raining. I get Mark Richt got his issues, but Lord have mercy. You lose to Virginia?
That's effort.
You lose to Duke?
That's effort.
Yeah. Let me tell you something.
No. But I can tell you for a fact, and just like people, I know people. I can tell you for a fact, and you watch each of them games, Miami defense, right? I give you, because Miami last year, they never had a drive at any game. So that means I kept giving you the ball with 30 and 40 yards to go, and you don't score. Because they say even our new coach was like, God damn, we doing our job. So that makes you as a defender, and it shouldn't happen that way. You be like, man, fuck this shit. Excuse me. You like the hell with this. I apologize. Go ahead, man. Okay? You like the hell with this.
Hey, that thing got Zach passionate.
That thing got feelings.
And I apologize, especially we got, D, I especially apologize to you knowing your status now, But it makes so the team is divided. A team divided like that would never win because you get tired of. I'm stopping. I'm keep giving you all this great feel, and you're not doing nothing with it. And then on top of that, we got a punter that couldn't put the ball more than 5 yards. Look at that punter last year. And your father's a great punter. You keep it so now. I do my job, and then you punt the ball. And when it's time to punt the ball, you punt the ball for 2 and 3 yards because he was atrocious. Okay, you cannot win like that. Our team is divided. Terrible coaching, terrible punter. Come on, you won't win.
Yeah.
You will not win.
You're right, but good grief.
Well,
that was compelling.
Well, listen. With Zach, can I give you one glimmer of hope for that?
Go ahead.
At least you had one unit that was playing well last year. I'm a Seminole, brother. We didn't have no unit playing well last year, and I'm still optimistic. So you're good. You're good. At least you got something to hang your hat on from last year. We had a good defense,
right?
If nothing else. We had a bad offensive line, bad quarterback play, bad running back play, bad wide receiver play, bad DB
What about
play.
coaching?
No
what about
discipline.
coaching?
We wasn't tough.
What about
bad
coaching?
Well, you know what? He had his moments where he was decent.
Right.
And then he had his moments where he wasn't. The one thing I will say that I admire about him is he had the balls to get rid of some people and try something else. He wasn't so hung up on, you my guy. Hey, you might be my guy, but I got to eat, so you got to go. I'm okay with that. Listen, let's try something else. We all know he inherited a mess that Jimbo left, and everybody wanted to give him all the credit for the mess. But some of that was his fault. Getting they behind sometimes. Yell at some people. Snatch his face mask off. Do something, son.
Can't yell
you
at
can't
people.
commit a
You
penalty.
can't yell at them nowadays, D. You can't yell at them nowadays.
Listen,
No.
And that's why they like Charmin. I tell you what, how many times I saw Nick Saban cuss his assistant out, and they were up 35. That's why they were up 35.
Exactly. True.
That's why they was up 35.
Right.
Because he is not going to accept anything less than your best effort. And when our coaches get to that point where they won't accept anything less than your best effort, then that's where we'll be. We'll be right up there in the conversation. But until then, we're going to be 7-8. I'm sorry, 7-4, 6-5, 8-5.
All right, Smitty, you wanted to give me some. Smitty wanted to give me some advice. What was the advice you were trying to give me?
Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna kill all this Mark Richt talk right now. Mark Richt should have never made it past 2009. If y'all want to do some homework, go look at that 2009 Georgia team. That team was stacked from front to back, end to end. Should have been national champions. Began the season ranked number 1. Should have beat whoever they lost to. I think it was Florida they lost to that year. They should have ran every team off the field. He should have never made it as a coach past that game. Anybody want to dispute that?
Now listen,
let's go.
Who was the quarterback that year? Was that Shockley or Matt Stafford? Okay.
AJ Green at wide receiver.
Don't forget No Sean.
Okay.
Don't forget No Sean.
I'm with you when you're right.
That was Sean Marino, right?
Yeah, Marino on that team too. Yeah, right. I'm with you when you're right. Wasn't Ben Watson on that team?
No, he was already in the NFL.
Yeah, I think so. Right.
Yeah, he was already gone.
I think Leonard Pope was on that team.
Y'all better leave Mark Richt alone. His Christian people gonna come after y'all. Them Christians gonna come after y'all. Mark Richt is a man of faith.
Christians want to win too. I hate to say it. So the Christians want to win too.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I'm a terrible loser. I ain't even gonna lie. If I see you lose, I'll be mad the whole day.
Even the Christians want him out. That's so.
Hey, listen. Let me just say this. Zach, that was a heck of a compelling argument you gave me. We're just going to agree to disagree. I just say Miami had more talent. They should at least they shouldn't have lost 5 ball games in the ACC.
No,
4 games in the ACC. They shouldn't have. But this notion that they can possibly do anything this year that's going to be a double-digit win total, I don't see it. I just don't. I really don't. And I know they made all these. Miami got more transfers than a person going to 3 buses and trying to catch a train on the MARTA. I promise you, they got so many transfers, it's ridiculous. It just don't make no doggone sense. They've taken everybody else's garbage. You know what I'm saying? That my uncle had a saying when I was young.
That Hill gonna be nice though.
Which one?
That defensive end Hill.
Yeah,
the one that got from Virginia
Tech. If he defensive end gonna be nice. And that safety coming from UCLA is going to definitely be nice.
Oh, okay. What's his name?
Okay. The only reason UCLA got rid of him is because he smashed a booster's daughter.
Oh, my bad.
No. Look, okay. He smashed a booster's daughter, and then when and of course they wanted him to apologize, but he said I didn't do nothing wrong. Okay. That's the only reason.
Okay.
So he's all even UCLA was like, dang, we got. You know what? But this booster giving us money, so you got to go. They fought hard and but the booster was like, no.
Let me ask you this question.
Go ahead. Well, he's not trash.
In the tight end, the tight end, the quarterback that came from Ohio State, and him, they all went to what school?
Oh,
what high school they go to? They all friends, aren't they?
Right, correct.
Okay, all right. That's all I'm saying. Hey, he smashed the booster's daughter, and that's why they kicked him out. Hey, that's accepted at Miami, so he can smash about 4 or 5 boosters' daughters there, and he'll be all right.
Just gonna say, he just hit Utopia.
Yeah, he hit Utopia. He do that at Miami. That'll be well. As you can see, Lou, this is a very loose conversation. We try to keep it structured, but it's very loose conversation in regards to sports. Yeah, it's about coming on here, man, giving your opinions. That's really what this is about. You come on, you give your opinion. Like, I don't agree with what Zach just said, but hey, it's his opinion.
Right.
And hey, I'll tell you this much: if Miami do what he says they're gonna do, man, I'll be the biggest homer there is. And then I'm not gonna eat crow because I'm not gonna admit I was wrong. I'm just gonna be like, Man, I knew he was gonna do that the whole time. I knew he was gonna do it the whole time.
Yeah.
No, but Will, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying they are, but just the possibility. Because truly, I mean, on paper, what you saying is true. See, but you kind of helped my argument because you say they should have never lost to those teams, right? This
Right.
year, the only team that truly, and D, forgive me, the only team that truly on paper should beat them is Florida on paper. That's it. On paper.
I'm gonna make you revoke my
Unfortunately,
Miami
we don't play
Hurricane card. I'm getting ready to make you revoke my Miami Hurricane card because I'm taking Florida with the points in that game.
Yeah, I got
This bet.
Well, you should.
This bet.
Miami's
money.
defensive line is going to be the key to their season.
That's it.
They D line going to be the key to their season. They lost everybody.
And they had a hellified
except one
defensive
dude.
line. And they got a hellified defensive line. They,
Give me.
And see, Will.
And then you lost your two turnover dudes. You lost Daquan Johnson and Mike Jackson. Bandy is okay, but you lost your two.
No. Bambi's better than okay. And I agree. Okay. Right.
No.
And that's
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is Bandy was allowed to kind of roam a little bit more because of Jaquan Johnson and Mike Jackson.
Right. Okay.
You don't have that safety.
You're right.
Now, Jaquan Johnson, one of the best safeties they ever played at Miami. I don't care what nobody said. And I'm not a Hurricane fan. That dude was a real Hurricane.
He was. Hey.
That dude
No.
was a
But
Hurricane.
even the pros said this. Jaquan was not the most athletic. What helped him? He was very smart. He was smart. He was a smart dude.
Yeah, he was smart.
Okay, he was smart. He wasn't athletic. So his brains. I mean, unfortunately, I mean, not saying sometimes you rather athlete than sometimes brains override athleticism, and I kind of agree with that.
Yes, it does.
Okay, he was very smart. He was very, very smart.
Let me say this. Okay, let me say this. There was a guy that was at Georgia last year that was from Miami, and he played safety. I'd take that cat Baker over Johnson.
Yeah, I would have taken him too.
Yeah.
But Miami ain't paid as much as Georgia.
Huh?
I'm sweet.
Hey, even Smitty ain't got nothing for that one. Smitty ain't got nothing for that one.
And Will, I would have taken the wide receiver for Oklahoma State. That's from Miami. Okay, but we can pay him
Which
either.
one?
All right.
Which one?
The one that
Dixon?
went first round to he was a first round pick.
You talking about Oklahoma?
Yeah,
Oklahoma. Oklahoma. Right. Okay.
You talking about Brown?
I would have taken him.
Oh, he would have got in Miami. He wasn't smart enough. He wouldn't have got in Miami. He couldn't pass the test. That was his problem.
You got past no test, man. He just got short.
No, he couldn't. Listen.
Never mind. Never mind.
No.
I didn't say that.
You right about that. But at Miami, they only get so many of those guys, D. They only get so many of them, and he couldn't. Okay, they couldn't let him in. You know what I'm saying? So hey, it is what it is. He should have hit the.
Will, what you forget? Will, believe it or not, what you forget. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes when you really want to play, you can do some things. Miami's not easy to get into, right? Because Miami's private.
Right.
Believe it or not, Miami, there are a lot of players Miami had to turn down because we can't really. If your SAT is 2, now if you was on the borderline, we can give you them extra points to get you in. But when your SAT is 2, 3, and they give you 40 for whatever amount to spell your name right, we can't give you all that.
Why they just do like they
LSU,
did? Why they do?
LSU
Why
can
they do like they do
but
for
Miami
everybody
can't
else?
do it.
Just get somebody else to take it. Get somebody else to take it like they did for the wide receiver that's there now. I'm not gonna mention his name.
Oh Lord! Right. Oh Lord!
I'm gonna leave that alone.
Bad if they do that.
Man, God bless you.
Well, listen, Zach. Before you go, I want to tell you and Will this. At least y'all got something to talk about right now. I'm a Seminole. We in wait and see mode. We can't say nothing. We just got to sit and wait and see.
That's everybody.
You can't say anything.
Like I said, that's everybody because Wisconsin and Miami were ranked in the preseason polls last year. Both of them ended up playing in Yankee Stadium in a bowl game, exhibition game at the end of the year. So, there's no guarantees. I think the only thing guaranteed right now in life is that the sun's going to rise tomorrow and we will, we're going to pay taxes. That's pretty much how that's going to go. But I like the college football talk. I love college football talk because it brings out emotion in people, as you can see with Zach. He's really got his homerism going on. I'm going to have to calm him down. in regards to what he thinks going to happen this weekend. If Miami have a losing season, I'm scared that boy going to have an aneurysm or something. Boy,
I think it's a good word out of here. Well, good night.
All right, guys, I want to thank you so much. I want to thank every last one of you guys for giving me your time today. I want to thank Mr. Derek Wilson. I want to thank Lou, who dropped too soon. And then, of course, Mr. Smith. You want to go ahead and give out the information for your podcast and also your blog that you write?
Yeah, they can catch me on the Anchor app and Spotify. That's Smitty Sports Machine. Also, just check my Twitter out on @FatBoySlim_21. Find all my work there.
All right, D, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Hey, man, God bless everybody. Thank y'all, gentlemen. Appreciate it. No problem.
Yes, sir. Thank you, everybody. Again, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at WWS_sports show. Also, email me at willwalkershow@yahoo.com if you have any questions. Or be like Lou, be able to come on and join the show. Hey, I love fans. I love fans, and I love people that come on and give us a new voice and a new perspective. That is all good. This is, like I said, hey, it's just open forum. You can come on here, you give us your opinion. I mean, we might challenge you, but God, no, you ain't got to be scared of us. We ain't going to bite you. Can't bite you anyway. We're on the radio. But anyway, thank you guys. Listen, the main thing I want everybody, listen, Mike Walker's requesting prayer because he's not feeling good. So not only just for Mike, say a prayer for somebody. Say a prayer for somebody because prayer changes things. All right, everybody have a great week. I'll holler.